Dr. Dotan is a member of the Organizational Behavior Department and the Rekanati Graduate School of Business Administration and teaches in the executive and full-time MBA programs at Tel Aviv University. Her research focuses on informal social relationships at work, specifically workplace friendships. Dr. Dotan examines how workplace friendships come into existence and how and why they develop and evolve in ways that impact key job outcomes such as organizational commitment and performance. And today she will be speaking about how work relationships can lead to professional advancement. Please.
So first of all, welcome. I hope you're enjoying your day already and gaining a lot of knowledge about Tel Aviv. Just more personal background about myself. I was born in Israel. I grew up in the Netherlands. I spent, not working. Okay. So I was born in Israel. I spent 12 years in the Netherlands, and then I moved to the U.S., where I got my doctoral degree and where I was teaching at UCLA. I did Aliyah myself 2.5 years ago, and now I'm a faculty member here at Rekanati. So just like many of you, I also had, I was thinking where I was going to go next, and I have to say that for me, it's to be at home, to be here is just wonderful after 20 years of not living here. So, and I'm teaching Israelis, and I have to say, in the classroom, I feel some of you said aggressive, forward. I'm sensing all these questions, all this, and it's definitely a challenge, but at least for me, this is wonderful. I like those strong discussions. And so anyway, for me, it's wonderful to be here. What I wanted to give you at least a tease or a sense of some of the courses and some of the things that you may be, if you will be doing the International MBA, a course that I developed that I called Relationships, the New Business Bottom Line. That's the name of the course. Is based on the idea I felt that for a lot of us, as we enter organizations, and we may gain the technical skills, we may have a background in finance, we may know marketing, but what I found working with a lot of these executives and managers is the biggest problems that individuals, employees, and managers have is building effective relationships at work. Nobody ever tells you, you should be friends with this person, or avoid forming that kind of a friendship with that particular person. Or, this person is the best mentor for you in this organization. Many of us enter organizations not knowing, the politics of the organization, what type of relationships we should have here. So this course really focuses on what kind of a network should I be building also? What kind of a professional network should I be building? So this course focuses on, first of all, it's a self-reflection and analysis of yourself. Think of, am I good? Do I build effective relationships? What kind of relationships do I build? What kind of relationships should I be building? So I actually use a program and software, and we, first of all, start thinking about relationships in organizations, in businesses, at the macro level. And we think about what should my network look like? And we actually map, if you will be taking such a course, you'll be mapping your professional network and thinking, if I want to advance and I want to reach a particular goal, what should my network look like? And you actually do this with the software, with a program. And after we think and get a more macro perspective of, planning my career both professionally and thinking of the personal side of these personal relationships, how do I get there? So strategically, what is my end goal? And then how do I get there? What should it look like and how do I get there? And then we talk about issues such as trust. What is trust? How do I build trust? How do I build interpersonal-based trust? As a manager or organizations, how do organizations build what we call institutionally based trust? So as an organization, how do we facilitate a trust environment in our organization? And by the way, in this course, we talk both at the individual level of analysis, the team, the network, and the organization. Because many of the students are future managers or currently executives. So both in me, how do I succeed and obtain the goal that I want professionally? And as an organization or an entrepreneur, how do I build the conditions in my organizations for my employees and the organization to succeed? So we talk about things such as trust. We talk about conflicts. What kind of conflicts appear in organizations? Many individuals think that conflicts are negative, but conflicts can be extremely productive, both for individuals and organizations. So how do we recognize the potentially positive and potentially positive conflicts both for individuals and organizations, and how do we manage them? We talk about something called the conflict resolution process, which is for the interpersonal level. Once we enter a conflict with, let's say, our boss or our peers, what do we do? As organizations, what kind of standards can we put in an organization to help our managers deal with conflicts? We talk about something called developmental relationships. So when you're thinking about your networks, what kind of relationships should I be building here? People think about friendships or just being friends or colleagues, but there are a lot more types of relationships that you can be and you should be thinking about when you're entering organizations, such as a mentor-protege relationship. Who should be a mentor for me in this organization? I talk about something called misclassifying relationships, which comes, my research focuses on workplace friendships. So most of my research and the tools that I also bring to the classroom comes from actual empirical evidence. The focus from my friendship research is that sometimes I interview one person, they tell me this is my best friend at work. And then I interview the other person, and they say, well, we're just acquaintances or colleagues. So how do we signal to each other the right type of relationship that we want, and so that there aren't these misclassifying relationships, because these often lead to conflicts. So both, for example, as a boss, how do I signal to employees I want to remain, having this distance and this professional relationship, and I'm not interested in a personal relationship with my employees if that's what they prefer. So thinking about all these topics, which we often don't get. And it's an unusual type of course in an MBA curriculum. So this course was really developed to help employees and managers, thinking about all this social side of work. If anybody's interested in any of these topics, I'll be here, so I'll be happy to answer these questions. I also teach a negotiations class. In this course, we also focus on cross-cultural negotiations. If I'm in Israel, but I'm going to Japan, what should I be thinking about? How do I prepare for my business trip to Japan, China, Italy? So we focus about all these cross-cultural issues as well. So this was just a little tease of some of the content that you may be getting in some of these courses. Again, I'll be here if you have any questions, and I'll pass it on to the next speaker. Thank you.